Here.
Mrs. Turner Birch.
Present.
Mrs. Carter.
Here.
Thank you. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Just stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 2.
Visitors are always welcome at our board meeting so that the meeting may proceed uninterrupted. Please silence all devices.
Thank you, Mrs. Clark.
You're welcome.
2.01 is the acknowledgement of our goals. Please read those at your leisure. 3.01 is the awarding of diplomas. Mr. Walters, would you please call that? There will not be a presentation. Mr. Walters will call it.
Thank you, Madam President. Jefferson School District will award the diploma of Brandy Duber, Jacob Wellman, and Prentice Chandler.
Court, do we have? Can you say anything?
Congratulations on dedication and commitment and completion.
Congratulations. Hard work.
It's good for sticking it out, and glad we crossed this milestone.
Thank you, Board. Congratulations to all 3 of the candidates tonight. Item number 4 is approval of our minutes. Could I have a motion to approve the
Approval of
minutes for August 5th, 2025, regular meeting?
Sorry about that. Approval of minutes from August 5th, 2025 regular meeting.
Second.
It's been moved by Mrs. Carter and second by Mr. Akins. Do we have any questions about the minutes? Hearing none, roll call, Mrs. Armstrong.
Mrs. Carter.
Yes.
Mr. Akins.
Yes.
Mrs. Boynton.
Yes.
Mrs. Macklin.
Yes.
Mrs. Turner Birch.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Thank you, Board. Next on the agenda is our consent agenda, which is item number 5.01. Could I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as it is presented?
Motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Akins and second by Mrs. Carter. Do we have any questions or discussion about the consent agenda, Board? Hearing none, roll call, Mrs. Armstrong.
Mr. Akins.
Yes.
Mrs. Carter.
Yes.
Mrs. Boynton.
Yes.
Mrs. Macklin.
Yes.
Mrs. Turner Birch.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Mr. Vultures is sitting in for the superintendent tonight, so I will turn it over to him.
Thank you, Madam President. Ma'am, Madam President, tonight we thank you first, Madam President and Board, regarding 5.01 consent agenda. Tonight we do have one of our new art teachers, Miss Alyssa Morgano, and she keeps telling me it's her mom. I keep telling her I think it's her younger sister. She does have her, who actually is an educator also in West Geauga. So, Ms. Morgano, we thank you and welcome.
You're welcome. We need a speech if you like. You can say something. I'm just kidding.
I just want to say thank you for hiring me, and I'm excited to start.
And we're excited for you.
Congratulations.
And Clemson, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And Clemson.
Oh, you're good.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you, Madam President.
What, anybody else? Congratulations. We're happy that you came to work at Bedford.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Mr. Walters?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Item number 6. 6.01 is the superintendent's report. Could I have a motion for 6.01, service contract? Executive Director of Human Resources. Could I have a motion to approve, please?
Motion to approve services contract as presented.
Second. It's been moved by Mrs. Carter and second by Mrs. Macklin. Any questions, Board, about the contract? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Carter,
Yes.
Mrs. Macklin, Mrs. Turner Birch.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Thank you, board. Item number 6.01 is a building permit. Could I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
I'm sorry, I said 6.01. 6.02, I'm sorry.
So
So-
moved.
Second.
Has a move, has, has it been moved by Mrs. Turner Birch and second by Mrs. Carter. Any questions about the permit? Hearing none, roll call. Why a big smile?
It's right, it is, it's my class, so it's gonna be interesting.
Oh, this is
Class of 99. Yep. All right, woo, I don't even know, I don't wanna talk about how many years.
Is this 25?
Hey, I said.
I don't know, I think it's 120.
Oh my God. You don't know how to call it.
Well, you don't look a year older
Thank
than
you.
25. At least I didn't say day. All right, roll call, please.
Mrs. Turner Birch,
Yes.
Mrs. Carter,
Yes.
Mrs. Boynton,
Yes,
Mrs. Macklin,
Yes.
Mr. Akins.
Yes.
motion passes 5-0. Thank you, board. I'm sure you would have fun.
I'm sure, I'm hoping I am actually still in town for this, cause I got a lot going on, so.
Oh, you
Trying to
haven't
make
been in
sure-
town 25 years, are you kidding?
Hey,
It's been like this 10 and 20.
yeah, we have them every 5 years. It's-
Oh, okay, that's close.
You guys.
They do something every 5 years.
That's good though.
Mhm.
After 20, everybody, or something.
Okay, that's all right. Item number 7 is our treasurer's report.
Board
Mrs.
President.
Armstrong.
Board President, Mrs. Boynton, and Vice President, Mrs. Macklin, I have 2 items tonight. The first item is a request for approval for the advance of the general funds, from general funds to a 019 for the Distinguished Alumni Fund. And this is just to cover the deposit, and then we will refund the general fund at the end of the year after we receive deposits. The second item is the 5-year forecast. This is a requirement as a follow-up to our written plan. On Tuesday, we received notification from the DED that they accepted, DEW, that they accepted our written plan, but a requirement was that we had to update our 5-year forecast to match what we submitted.
Yeah.
We did update it. I spoke with DEW yesterday, and we did update it for fiscal year 24 actuals, fiscal year 25 assumptions. We did not carry it for 26, 27, and 28. We're gonna wait until we see that the district is actually following the written plan. And that's it.
Could I have a motion to approve 7.01, which is advance of general fund?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Mrs. Turner Birch and second by Mrs. Carter. And Mr. Akins, I'm sorry, I didn't look over, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And it's been seconded by Mr. Akins. Do we have any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Turner Birch,
Yes.
Mr. Akins,
Yes.
Mrs. Boynton,
Yes,
Mrs. Macklin,
Yes.
Mrs. Carter.
Yes.
motion passes 5-0. Thank you, board. Could I have a motion to approve 7.02?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Mrs. Turner Birch and second by Mrs. Macklin. Questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Turner Birch,
Yes.
Mrs. Macklin,
Yes.
Mrs. Boynton,
Yes,
Mr. Akins,
Yes.
Mrs. Carter.
Yes.
motion passes 5-0.
I know. Right.
Well,
Record time.
it is
Oh, nice.
8.01, and the board, you're all hearts and minds clear. Any questions and announcements before?
I just want to say I'm excited for a new school year to begin. I'm ready to see our kids back on campus. The schools are full. Ready to just enjoy hearing the voices of educators teaching again. So I'm excited.
It's a new season, right? It's a new day, and it's a freshness of every year in this time period. To start anew, and leaving the past in the past and moving forward to a brighter future. So, looking forward for a successful new year.
And happy birthday to our superintendent. I know she's not here, so happy birthday to her.
Madam President, I want to give a shout out to Dr. Threet and her team for doing an excellent job with the breakfast, the new teacher orientation, welcoming our new teachers. Just an awesome job. You did a great job, and so we're excited. Many of the new teachers are excited. I also want to give a shout out to Ms. Turner Birch and Ms. Carter. They came to the breakfast. Ms. Turner Birch did an excellent job at welcoming our new teachers. So again, you know, the camaraderie, the level of energy is we're really excited for this year. And kudos to the board with the buildings coming up. We're really excited.
Yes.
I love you too, Ms. Sharon.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, I just want to say that next week, on the 23rd, is our first football game of the season.
Yes.
It's going to be a home game against Madonia, so I just want to say good luck to our football team, our cheerleaders, and the marching band. They've all been working very hard.
They're back there right now, actually starting the scrimmage.
They're gonna
So
start the scrimmage
let's
next
wish them
Sunday.
good luck tonight too. So they're prepared for next week.
Varsity's playing at 7, JV and freshmen follow after. So, they'll probably be out there till about 9, 10 o'clock tonight.
Well, I just want to say that I'm excited about the new year with everyone coming back. New year, new things. And so I'm really excited about that. We will have convocation on Monday, the 19th. So I'm looking forward to that. I know everyone is excited to come back. I actually just couldn't make the breakfast because I was one of the students back in our neighboring district where I'm a teacher. And it was a lot of excitement. It seemed like it was so many children. With so many kids, that's a good thing. So I think they're just as excited as the teachers and the security, custodian, nutrition, everyone. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody on the 19th at convocation. Anything?
I would just like to say welcome back everybody, and we're gonna start this year off running. And when we end, we're still gonna be running for the next year. So let's get these tennis shoes tied up and let's get them moving.
All right. Lacey's out.
All fighting?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Can I have a motion, the next on the agenda is 8.01. Could I have a motion to adjourn the meeting, please?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Carter, second by Mrs. Macklin.
Let's go.
And our next meeting is the first Thursday in September.
Fifth?
I mean, wow.
The fifth.
Yes, September.
Yeah, first Thursday in September. Well, it's really moving pretty fast. And
Yes.
also, the first Saturday in September, we will have another community engagement in Bedford at Ellenwood. So the board will be there, and we're asking everyone to come out. It'll be at 10 o'clock at Ellenwood in Bedford.
That's the seventh.
It's September 7th. I don't have my phone.
That's
I
okay.
can't look at the dates. All right.
All right.
Mrs. Carter?
Yes.
Go
This
Bearcats.
meeting is adjourned.
Supposed to be we are.
Oh.